Hello and welcome to the 342nd ever Rony's Tuesday fun race in Live for Speed. That marks round 9 of the 2024 Season 2, the second season of this year. Sponsored by World Class Lines, as ever, tonight at Blackwood Historic in Live for Speed. You're watching Sim Broadcasts. I'm Peter Butcher, and in the commentary box tonight, it's Eoin Harmon alongside me. Eoin, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm all good, Pete, and it's good to have the band back together, I suppose.
Yeah, good to be back for RTFR. Tonight we've got a 29-lap race around Blackwood Historic, which is, well, according to our track map, just 6 corners long. We omit the first chicane, and that means we have an extra long back straight for the drivers to enjoy, Eoin.
Yeah, there'll be lots of slipstream battles in our car of choice. It'll be definitely wide open racing in the FZR. Plenty of lines to choose from. And we know what it's like the other direction, so it's good to have perhaps the more traditional clockwise format. I think it would be clockwise. Yeah,
clockwise, depending on which way you count north as, I guess, and whichever way you draw the track map. But yeah, in this case it's clockwise. We've got the FZR on screen there, which is the car the drivers will all be using tonight. The FZR, part of the stock GTR class in Live for Speed. And here is the schedule, the remaining rounds for the second season of RTFR in 2024. We're about halfway through after this round, so that'll be a good marker. And next time out in 2 weeks, we've got a mod at Aston 7 to be revealed. So we look forward to that. Let's take a look at how the Drivers' Championship standings are stacked as we prepare for the race, which should be coming up in just a few moments' time. First of all, at the top of our championship leaderboard, we have Antti Valter, who is currently P2 in qualifying, and that is his result for today. And he is only a few points ahead of Gaboro, and it's really, really tight in this championship this year.
Absolutely. Very compact championship, still plenty at stake. Maybe one or two drivers in the top 10 could have a real push for contention heading into the middle of autumn into winter. And there's definitely plenty of excitement still to come in Season 2.
Yeah, we thank all the drivers, of course, for their attendance. There we go. 49 drivers have taken part and scored at least a point this season so far. And it's getting close at the top. It's not a runaway victory for anyone by any stretch just yet. Anyone's game still as we head into the second part of the season in 2 weeks' time. Let's take a look at how the qualifying session has ended. We have 30 drivers with times on the board, and it's Gabor who has pole by 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, considering how familiar Blackwood should be to all of our drivers, you can see the standard of lap times is exceptional from our 30 competitors. To gain about 0.2 over a key rival here in Antti Valter, that really has to tip the cap to him, and I'm sure he's eager to find his winning form again. Yeah,
and it's not usual that we have all the top 20 inside the 105% mark. In fact, you can take that number all the way down to P29, just one driver outside the 105% mark. That's actually pretty impressive. I'll give that to the guys out there tonight. Fair play for everyone getting such a decent qualifying time in. That's going to make the race quite interesting.
Of course, perhaps someone has a very intriguing race setup and strategy underneath them. Maybe they could pull their way through the midfield and get a sneaky top 10. But I would expect, due to the common use of this car and Blackwood being the LFS track, in my opinion, it should really be a case that the top drivers should be able to pull a bit away, and then we should have lots and lots of competition for the other places.
Well, the favourite going into this one is Gabor. He's the only driver under the 105-minute mark, and that is that. So we'll see if Owen's right, if the top drivers here will pull away as the drivers restart the race. And Owen, take us away for those lights.
Yeah, let's do it. It's a very crammed looking grid here. You can see the crest of the hill hides a lot of our drivers, but they are somewhere in the background. You can just peek from this camera angle, but it will be Gabor on pole. He's lost his teammate in the background. Unite has pitted to rejoin just in the nick of time. 3 lights, And now the green. Let's see if that last dash change for Unite makes a difference as he watches to see how Antivalta attacks his championship rival. Onifus blocking the back of everyone there, and maybe T-Bug or Arska are looking at a slippery move on the inside or the outside, but no, it is still race lead for Gabor.
Yeah, it's a mega start, and the top three already opening up a little bit of gap to Onifus, but it's not over by any means as Antivalta takes a swing to the outside, becomes the inside, covers off Gabor, but it's Unite who's having a go around the outside into turn number 2. Is he going to hold it? Doesn't look like it. Antivalta leads after 2 corners.
Oh, there's going to be confusion here between the Unite, the Sidus drivers, with Unite hitting the sausage curbs. Gabor thankfully found the gap at 136, takes full advantage of the error that Onifus I think made more than I was looking at Onifus. So 136 ahead of Onifus. Unite obviously backing up traffic a little bit. T-Bug 6th position, really strong showing thus far with World Class Lions occupying 7th and 8th.
Yeah, brilliant start from the entire field there, really. Everyone's still very close together. And Antivalta with an opportunistic move on the very opening lap, pushing Gabor down to 3rd, now back up to 2nd. But you're right, Owen, it was 136 that got through Onifus, and Onifus is going backwards. He's been absolutely mugged out of the first corner by 2 World Class Lions drivers and another Born to Race car. It's going from bad to worse. He's going to lose another place here from Twin Cam.
Yeah, Reject will likely give his teammate a little bit of the slipstream now, so double dose, and Twin Cam makes gains. He's braking late. Maybe the B2R cars can combine to sandwich Onifus in, and they've pulled it off somehow, and now Dodislaw wants to make a pass,
and he's going to get it on close, as we've got that throwback livery from Rony. That is quite a spectacle for the eyes, isn't it, that one? But it's all going off. Onifus down from P4, and he's going to lose another place. He has.
Oh, and Johnny SVK has been sent into a slide. He had to use the gravel trap to preserve his car, but he's going to tumble down to near the back of the pack, 27th position out of the 30 starters that are still running. And yeah, this car is really something else in a straight line. And the cars are struggling to brake, and that's a big off for Michael Malik. He's gone head first into the barrier, and he may now end up at the back of the field. Yes, he does. He will carry on. That was a significant mistake.
Huge, unlikely from Michael, but it happens to the best of them out on field. It's 136 who is the best of the rest at the moment, and there's a huge gaggle of cars coming down to turn 2 again, and it's Rony on Onifus. Rony in that psychedelic looking livery there from the GT1 World Series from 2013.
My goodness, yeah, that's a long time ago, and it is great to still have access to these classic image files. And Dodislaw in the sort of baby blue wants to attack that groovy motor car. So yeah, this is an exceptional battle, just as I'd hoped, as Antivalta and Gabor neck and neck, but Gabor with 0.03 of a second quicker time to be the fastest of all. There's a battle. Lorenzo and Magic teammates going head to head. T-Bug wide in turn 1, so we're going to have an enormous shuffle down the famous back straight.
Yeah, Dodislav also making a move on Rony just up ahead in the very sky blue colour there, with T-Bug in the is that the ESL livery? Yes, it is. The ATL livery, fuel tanks. As well, he's trying to make the move on Lorenzo, but Lorenzo is more interested in attacking his teammate Rony than defending.
How about this for the battle for 13th? Lorenzo is in the position at the moment. Magic is watching T-Bug closely to see what he could possibly do, but if anything, it is T-Bug with the better drive out of the uphill crest. Now they're going down for the dip before returning to another rise in the braking zone. And Mad Jester's wide. He's going to miss the apex completely. And Magic will say, "Oh, thank you very much for that." And there we go. Omar is through. Timu Soini could be through in just a moment. Barislav Botev. Nice to see him back. He is right into Soini's slipstream. And maybe it'll be a double dose for him.
Yeah, it could very well be as they run down to turn 2. And yeah, looks like Omar will be on the outside, and that is Botev getting through. But at the front, it's going to be Antti Valter leading the field through onto lap number 6, followed closely by the Sidus teammates of Gabor and Unite. That's your top 3. Then it's 136 miles per hour, who goes by 136 these days, just to simplify things for us here. Then we've got the World Class Lions duo of Pekka Koivunen and Asker, and then 2 more Born to Race cars, Owen, fighting out in 7th and 8th.
Yeah, I suppose with respect to B2R, I suppose without Mantas around the last couple of events, there have been some fairly torrid bits of luck for their drivers recently. And I know to have 2 cars battling 7th and 8th, that is strong. And of course 1 through 6 and 4th to make it a triple top 10 for B2R. That is excellent thus far, but still it's only lap 6 heading towards lap 7, so plenty more driving to be done.
Yeah, we've got Botev making a move on Lorenzo, and he's completely messed up the brakes and has gone very, very deep. So too has Omar. Omar goes into the gravel. So a few drivers going a little bit too deep on the brakes there, getting it all wrong, throwing it into the gravel at the end of the back straight. But Botev picks up the pieces back into P16, but he's got a lot of work to do here to catch up to Lorenzo again.
Yeah, that was very strange, I have to say, Pete. Just so many cars getting loose into turn 2. But looking at Michael Malik at the back, he's really struggling for traction, and I fear he could be our first official DNF if he can't get the car repaired or the tires changed.
Yeah, let's see if Magic can get the slipstream he needs off the back of T-Bug coming onto the back straight. Looks like he's done that quite early on. And if he's not careful, T-Bug will get him back immediately into the next corner. But it looks as though, it looks like that's going to happen. So Magic tries to defend, but T-Bug will have a little bit more overspeed. Might be able to get him on the brakes into turn 2. Let's see what happens.
Round and round goes T-Bug, now able to apply the steering, and Magic is beaten for that corner, but still, there are more overtaking opportunities in this blink and you miss it lap. Turn 5 into 6, you've got to line up your pass at this stage. Igorka, question mark, out of the race with a disconnection, so I'm afraid it's him who retires. I think someone else has also dropped out, meaning we have 28 runners remaining.
Yeah, the gap between first and second is currently 8 tenths of a second between Valter and Gabor. Gabor keeping the lead battle alive. Unite not quite there on pace in the race at the moment. Owen, he's dropped down a little bit, 3 seconds drift at this stage, and 136 definitely holding that P4 for his own. He's got a large gap, 4 seconds back to the World Class Lions guys. But this is where things start to get interesting. This is anyone's game. They're all in the slipstream with each other. As you can see there, Reject getting pretty close to the back of Asker. So from pretty much P5 downwards, it could end any way tonight. Yeah,
that is certainly a promising outcome that we've got right now. Let's see if it plays out that way. As Pekka maybe understeers a bit too much just out of our camera view here. With Asker looking backwards. Now we look at Reject going forwards on the bonnet. And now there's a bit of a log jam as Twincam has to yield to his teammate to avoid a horrific collision. So Reject's got a super run here. He's neck and neck with Arska into the braking zone, about 75 meters before the turn-in.
Twincam's lucky day here, though. Yeah. Twincam is going to get the mother of all tow down the back straight. He's already managed to pick off Arska, and now he's going to get the slipstream off his teammate. His teammate won't give the slipstream to Arska. But here comes Twincam. Oh, he's going to push him.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it's allowed in the tin tops rather than open wheelers. And now Reject braking.
Oh, that was so late.
Breakers, collision with Koivunen, and Twincam is spun around with the tyre barrier. He's got the apex completely blocked here. Everyone has to dodge. before he has a chance to do a U-turn and get going again. So there's the bad luck returning for B2R.
Well, Reject's gone as well, and that is what can happen when you push your teammate too hard, and they both messed up the brakes into the second corner. Reject tagging the back of Pekka Koivunen, who seems to have lost out of place on Asker as well. And Onifus, after that disastrous start, is all the way back up to P7. So that was what you would call, Eoin, a born to race own goal.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. It was looking like a quality bit of teamwork with the slipstream plan, but I'm afraid, Reject's attempts to go for the inside line just created a collision, and it went horribly wrong for Born to Race. And now Twin Cam is 21st. Reject has lost a place to Dodislaw, so he's trying to win it back with the same kind of approach on the inside at 2. Oh, a little bit of a lag contact, but Dodislaw has reacted well, watching for any rear end traction issues. He has controlled the slide, and Rony is next on the scene here, just to try his very best to get a top 10. Dodislaw just defending with everything he's got now.
Yeah, lots and lots of fights going on in this pack. I mean, you said it earlier, this track comes at you so quickly, blink and you miss it, I think you said. That is certainly the case. There's too many opportunities that we are missing here, but nevertheless, Dodislav looks like he might have got a decent exit there if he will defend this. Yeah, I think Reject's slightly outside the slipstream range there, so he should have that pretty much covered off. Likewise, Rony, I don't think he's close enough either.
Yeah, a little bit too far away. More overtakes into turn 1. You can see Lorenzo and T-Bug are neck and neck after T-Bug missed his ideal apex into turn 1. So Lorenzo picked his pocket. He's trying to block, but it's a diagonal movement, and T-Bug was not privy to it. And yeah, he's going to be livid about that, as Lorenzo was trying to get back on the racing line, and T-Bug slides into the grass. Yeah, that could be seen as a needless racing incident, but yeah, that's just the way it goes. T-Bug out of the race.
Yeah, he didn't make sort of any real attempt to get back onto the track. That must have basically that basically shows you how frustrated he must have been with that. But there we go. A little bit of a confusion over why that was even necessary, but there we go. The race continues. Asker P5, Pekka Koivunen still within the top 6, but roles reversed. Change of position between the World Class Lions drivers after the Born to Race duo decided to stick their noses where they didn't belong at that point, as Shudder looks like he wants a try for P6. Oh, and that's wrong as well. Hugely misjudged. Straight into the back of Pekka Koivunen, and both of them are going to drop down. Shudder will wait for Pekka to rejoin, but oh dear.
And if anything, Twin Cam is just arriving on the scene in 18th position, so he's going to realise Pekka has sunk down the order, and that will get his momentum back as he now tries to overtake Jari Katila, who is celebrating his 200th start in RTF4 regular. So that's a turnout of about 58.5%. So he's been here more than half of all RT4 races ever held. So that is an incredible longevity from Jari.
Yeah, congratulations, Jari. Long time supporter, of course, of the RTFR and RTFR XL series. And now look what we've got at the front. Now we've got a battle. We've got a fight for the lead currently developing between Antivalta, who does hold on to the fastest lap at the moment, but Gabba won't care. He wants the first place badge next to his name. He won't care about the fastest lap at this stage. He just wants to get to P1, and it looks like that might be on the cards as he's in the slipstream now.
Yeah, he's gained 0.2 out of Valta the last lap. The gap is down to 0.2, and it could shrink with that slipstream benefit coming up. So through turn 1, both drivers go successfully. Lap traffic with Pekka just out of pit lane. He needed to change his tyres. He will be given blue flag orders in just a moment, but he's far enough away down the back straight to mean he won't affect Antivalta's ability to get further away. He's actually gained 2/10 back in that first sector when I thought Gabor had a slipstream all but secured.
Well, Antivalta once again proving that he can do it when it counts. A great exit clearly from the first corner, but it could also be down to gearing and setup and downforce because it looked a bit easy. He did get away a fair chunk too easy there, I think. So potentially setup differences favouring Anti on the straights and Gabor with higher downforce through the corners. That's where he's gaining. Look, you can see he's brought that gap down significantly through the final few corners as we head on to lap 15. Halfway through the race, and we have a square off at the front.
That's it, exactly. Now let's see how Anti gets away again. Yeah, he does definitely have better acceleration, but maybe Gabor's lined him up a little bit better this lap. We'll see. Yeah, he's not too worse off this time. Yeah, he has not. He's starting to lose 6 or 7 kilometers per hour. At the top speed, braking from 260 kilometers per hour. There's a yellow flag just at the exit turn 2 as that's Cubs off the road, 26th and second last. The main thing is just to get to the finish, avoid the risk of an accident that damages the actual components of the car, and make sure you can collect these handful of points.
Well, this is starting to get pretty interesting now as we've got Pekka Koivunen, who will surely let these two through without any issue whatsoever. But we will have to see whether Gabor can get that crucial exit from this corner here. This is the crucial corner for Gabor, because if he doesn't, then he won't be able to get in the slipstream. And once again, it looks like Gabor's going to get a slipstream from Pekka Koivunen. This is certainly going to help him out. But I think Antivalta, even without a slipstream, has managed to open the gap.
Yes, Gabor's going quicker this time. 270 kilometers per hour for both drivers at the top end. So that is a grateful moment there for Gabor. He's able to undo Valta's straight line advantage, and he's getting right into the business end of this race with that excitement building, and he's going to get right into the contest.
Always lost time there.
Yeah, he has actually lost time. He'll try and gain it
it's
back.
A bad exit
using
as
the
well.
curb. Oh no.
Well, all the advantage you just built up has been thrown away again. Just an uncomfortable final couple of corners there, and that's the skill with Blackwood. It's such a flowing track. If you get it wrong into any of the corners, it punishes you towards the end of the lap. It's so hard to recover time once you've gone offline into the penultimate corner. And Antivalta is seeing just that as he opens up the gap to 75 hundredths again.
My goodness, that is so demoralizing. I know Gabor is plenty experienced to know it's certainly not the end of his journey just yet. He can definitely claw that time back. His teammate Unite well clear on his own in third position. We're just checking out Rony's livery up close. Stream a little bit slow on the Discord end, but there we go. It seems to have got back up to itself. And we return to the live pictures and the client. So now Anti kicks up a little bit of grass. Will this lap prove to be better to PB from this particular race? And it's the fastest lap, as a matter of fact. So he's really putting the hammer down now.
Well,
and it actually defeated his qualifying time, Pete. You were going to say it as well, so sorry about that.
Yeah, we'll give credit to Chris for that one. But yeah. Well, Anti continues to enjoy the fact that his gap is going up steadily at the front. The top two really are pulling away from Unite now. 136, about 5 seconds, or 4 seconds actually, back himself from unite with Asker there in a sort of bubble as well. Onifus has gained his way back up to P6. Rony there in P7. We're just getting close again between Dodislav and Reject. Owen. Reject wants to get back up the order after himself and Twin Cam made rather a mess of it earlier on.
That's it, yeah. The opportunity to rebound from the horror show on goal. Certainly trending a bit healthier again for Born to Race. They've got Twin Cam up to 15th now, and Dodislaw will try his best to hang on to this position. Rony's just a little bit too far ahead at the moment, so Reject, we're going to compare speeds now that they're going to start peaking in 6th gear. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely equal between the two cars, so no slipstream benefit for Reject until the very, very last moment. So he's going to keep pushing in the corners.
Yeah, these are the closest cars that we have together in the top end of the grid. And that was a bit of a wide exit there from Dodislav, so this should give Reject a chance. But he elects to go to the outside. They do rub, and somehow Reject manages to get around the outside. Can he hold it for the final couple of corners? Yes, he can.
Although you have to say Dodislav got a very strong exit out of the corner, so he's again keeping Reject very, very honest. He has the inside line, but he can't use it. Maybe he's just trying to get Reject to go out of his comfort zone, and yet he kicks up the dust for a moment, and definitely once he picks up that slipstream, it's going to be a side-by-side battle. He's definitely got the dip on the road to help him out even more, and he's going to be through, Pete.
Yeah, fair play recovering from that. It looked like it was all over. In fact, it might actually be all over. They're still side-by-side. This battle never ending. It's been a lap now, as Reject has still got a nose in before the chicane, but Dodislav still keeping his nose ahead. Just about. Reject is going to try on the inside of the penultimate corner. Surely not. This is not a normal overtaking place, but he's done it. And he's got the exit secure as well. So that is that. Let's see if he can actually pull away this time.
That looks better. Let's compare lap times too. We have the chance 107.74 for Reject. Dodislaw 108.02. That is quite telling, and if he can pull out another tenth of a second, he shouldn't be slipstreamed too hard. As we now bring our cameras to Unite, who in our last tour got himself a new fastest lap, a very, very competitive 105.73.
I want to bring your attention to the fact that Gabba's lost just under 2 seconds to Antti since we last watched, so his tyres are crying, and well, Unite is a significant distance behind, but will Gabba be able to hold on to even P2 at this point? Unite seems to be in a good state at the moment. It's being able to set purple laps, but the gap to the lead went up for Unite that last lap. So Antti Valter, even though he doesn't have the fastest lap anymore, he has the consistency necessary to take another round victory and extend his lead in the Season 2 Drivers' Championship at the moment.
Yeah, unreal stuff, to say the least. Getting closer to the end now. We'll be on lap 22, of course. Another 8 to go. Let's see if anything Gabor can do to stop the dominance in the most recent phase of the race. We now have Johnny SVK on the inside of Stephen Martin into turn 1, and Johnny's through. Good solid pass there, but of course the counter attack is open. Here we go down the back straight. A little bit of courteous use of the indicators on the headlights just to show, yeah, good pass, but I'm going to try again. Let's see what Stephen does. Could be a little bit, yeah, he has to back off, I'm afraid. He'll try again, I'm sure. Another classic livery on Stephen's car, the Meh Racing, with my dearly departed cat Mustang on the roof. So rest in peace, Mustang.
well, Steve Martin having a little bit of trouble just to keep the car going in a straight line. A little bit squirrely in the Meh Racing livery. We always appreciate seeing that livery brought back, don't we?
Oh, absolutely, yes. One of the more creative outlets, just to have the car with certainly not the most exciting team name, but it was a great sort of humorous team. Now, Unite against Lap LG Meester, he was under blue flag orders, and that was no problem at all. That's back straight action. Lorenzo versus Twin Cam, as Twin Cam continues his climb back up the mountain after his spin. Lorenzo not feeling charitable, and that will be Twin Cam just trying to figure out a way past, because there's very little time to waste now. Lap 24 for our leaders. These cars just about to begin their 24th lap, so it really is starting to wind down this very, very fascinating race. Lorenzo using some of the grass to help guide the car, but now Twin Cam down the hill. He's going to be absolutely steaming down the track. Has to use the outside line, Pete. Oh, Lorenzo is blocking with everything he's got.
Yeah, absolutely nothing between them. Twin Cam's very unhappy with that, flashing the headlights at a rate I've not seen drivers do in a very long time. Lorenzo lucky there that Twin Cam was able to move wider to allow him to finish his drift around the first corner, but Twin Cam has rather lost the momentum a little bit there, so he'll have to try and find some opportunities somewhere else, and maybe that's here as he goes for a big send, possibly a half commit there, or trying to set himself up for the exit of the chicane. They're going to be side by side into sector 3, and well, Lorenzo for now is holding on, but this is going to be annoying for Twin Cam. It's super hard to get past a car that's dancing around like this.
Yeah, the red mist is descending. Main thing is get the lineup of the attack into turn 2, as Lorenzo has to put in a power slide there just to keep the car in the correct position for the corner. Not ideal, so Twin Cam needs to pull in for slipstream. Lorenzo's going to dart to the right hand side of the track, now to the middle, but I think he has to concede this one. He had the previous incident with T-Bug, and he's going to have to say, all right, you got me that time, but I'm not going to give up just yet.
Yeah, the laps continue to tick away. Lap 26, and that's about to become 27 as Valter. In fact, the leaders are so far ahead that they're almost on the back straight of lap 26, as Valter's gap to Gabba has slightly settled down. Gabba's managed to steal the fastest lap at some point in the last few times around, and United's gap to the lead has opened up, so it looks like Gabba's able to manage the tyres now, at least, but the grip on the top step of the podium is slipping away corner by corner as Antti proves his mettle once again.
Very much so. He's almost there now. More lapped traffic will be ahead, so that is a battle for position. I think, Teemu Soini against Stein for 20th. So this is their best chance to really go head to head. We now have Borislav Botev he got the move completed against Reject. No loss of performance here from Botev. He's as sharp as ever, and he now has to defend with everything he's capable of now. It's almost 4/10 of a second clear, so that's the target, to try and minimize the slipstream effect for as long as possible.
Yeah, Borislav opening up the gap there. You mentioned Teemu Soini. He's currently in 21st and is about to be lapped by Gabba. The race leader's already gone through Teemu Soini, but here comes Gabba now, and he's about to come against the one of the most gentlemanly racers in the sim, and you can't give anyone a wider berth than that.
Yeah, if anything, Stein has gotten scot-free position or time against Timu because he was so generous with the blue flags. And the gap is about 2.4 seconds between those two. LG Mies, of course, is a long way back. He's just starting the back straight sort of blast with Omar behind. So yeah, Timu, it wasn't a big threat for his 21st position to yield so politely, but he's lost out. Or maybe Stein has made a mistake when Gabor wanted to pass him, so maybe fate is smiling on our gentleman.
They've definitely closed up quite a lot, so that's
it's a puncture. That's what it is. Stein has got a front right puncture, and he will not see pit lane in time to react, so he's lost out big time.
Yeah, we're on the final lap. Anti-Valter is already in the first corner, so Stein will not have an opportunity to repair before the end of the race. So he's going to have to bring that car around on an extremely uncomfortable final lap of his race. If the front tyres are blown, then that's going to be a fair old chunk of time.
Yeah, LG Mies will be 16 seconds behind, but it's very doable to catch up as Omar goes a bit high there and just on my screen. But yeah, we need to follow race leader. He's 3 corners away from success. He's got Jari Katila ahead, but that won't be a problem with he can back off a tiny bit. Gabor's 2.4 seconds behind, and yeah, Jari Katila should be able to choose for himself if he wants to drive the last lap or not. But there we go. Anti-Valter's going to make it, Pete, and I've absolutely amazed words to say about Valter. That was an unbelievable drive.
Yeah, another stellar performance from the number one. He leads the Drivers' Championship standings. He opens up the lead in the Championship standings over Gabor, who will be a little bit disappointed by his performance tonight, I think, will Gabor. But plenty more races this year. If he wants to come back and try and close that gap up again, then of course he will. As Unite takes the third step on the podium, and 136 finishes best of the rest. That's a good performance from 136 there, Eoin.
For sure, yeah, he was pretty much comfortable in 4th place. He pulled well clear of the competition. I know it was unfortunate that Koivunen, Reject and Twin Cam did not maximise their results with the contact into turn 2, but yeah, 136 just flew the flag with determination for Born to Race, and at least they do have something to celebrate.
Yes, indeed. We'll wait for the final few cars to come across the start-finish line. We might be waiting a little bit of a while for Steen, who is being... he has finished. He did make it right. He did make it around in reasonable time. Sorry, I thought he'd only managed to make it down the back straight, but there we go. He has managed to finish. That is everybody. So we can do the full rundown of the race results for round 6 of the second season in 2024. It's Valter in 31 minutes 57 seconds. Quite a quick RTFR tonight, Eoin. That's a pretty short race distance, with Gabor 2 seconds behind. 2 minutes would be remarkable. Then we've got Unite rounding out the podium, 15 seconds adrift. Then it's 136 best of the rest with Asker, Onifus, Rony, Botev, Reject, and Dodislav P10. Then on the second column here, we've got Shudder, Magic, Twincam, Lorenzo, Madjester, Johnny SVK, Redbot, Stephen Martin, and Jari Katila, and Timu Soini rounding out your top 20. On our second screen, we've got Steen, who got that puncture just at the beginning, or in fact just at the end of the penultimate lap of his race. Koivunen, LG Mies, Omar, Warlab, Tilly S, Michael, Cubs are your 27 finishers, with T-Bug, Igorka and Sufor unfortunately not making the distance and not finishing the race. Gabor got the fastest lap in the end, a 1:05.35, so there's that, I suppose.
Yeah, of course, he can be content with the fastest lap, but I suppose his objective was to win back-to-back races when the FZR was nominated for an RTFR event. But yeah, he needs to find a victory somewhere to make sure this championship can last for the duration of the season. So we have a finale in December to look forward to. But yeah, definitely the new kid on the block is Valta, and it's going to be difficult to stop him when he's driving superbly well.
Yeah, there he is up on victory lane. Another victory lane for Antti Valta this season, extending his championship lead, as we have already mentioned, as we look forward to the rounds that are yet to come in this championship. We have, in 2 weeks' time, a mod at Aston North, which is going to be absolutely excellent. I can tell you what that mod's going to be, actually. I think we have it here. It's going to be on, what's the date? October the 8th. That will be, just 1 second while I find out what this is. It's the Camera JGT, which looks like an old Porsche is what it's based on. So that is going to be fantastic. An old Porsche Cup car by the looks of it, around Aston North. Though I have it actually on the graphic here as Aston North. It looks like it might be... Oh, hang on. No, that's RTFR XL. I'm getting myself all pushed up here, Owen.
Yeah.
I don't think we're privy to... Oh, no, we are privy to it. It's the Ebusha Saga. So
Yes.
a very, very not Porsche that's going
Yes.
to be at AS7. My mistake. So yeah, 2 weeks' time
All right.
on the 8th of October, it's the Ebusha Saga, which I believe we've seen before. Have we not?
Yeah, wasn't it on Kyoto Ring Oval for one of the races last year? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we've seen this mod before, so it makes a return at a very much more complicated track, Aston North, which I look forward to seeing. That's going to be quite a handful, I think.
Yeah, to have it on a traditional circuit, that's going to be a tough challenge. Yeah, Aston will put that car through its paces, no doubt about it, and certainly that the back straight heading into the right-hander, you have to be really careful with that one.
For sure, it will certainly be a test of that car's muscle as we look forward to that in 2 weeks' time. But coming up next on our channel on Monday, the 7th of October, so just under 2 weeks' time, is going to be the Zafiralis All-Rounder Championship, making its return for its October round at a combination which is to be confirmed. But we will bring you that on our calendar just as soon as we know it. But yes, from all of us here on Sim Broadcast, we wish you a very nice rest of your evening, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, Owen. Thanks, Chris, in the background as well as ever. Thanks for watching, and good night.
Bye-bye.